Revelation 8. When he opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven for about half an hour. And I saw the seven angels who stand before God, and seven trumpets were given to them. Another angel, who had a golden censer, came and stood at the altar. He was given much incense to offer, with the prayers of all God's people, on the golden altar in front of the throne. The smoke of the incense, together with the prayers of God's people, went up before God from the angel's hand. Then he took the censer, filled it with fire from the altar, and hurled it on the earth. And there came peals of thunder, rumblings, flashes of lightning, and an earthquake. Then the seven angels, who had the seven trumpets, prepared to sound them. The first angel sounded his trumpet, and there came hail and fire mixed with blood, and it was hurled down on the earth. A third of the earth was burned up, a third of the trees were burned up, and all the green grass was burned up. The second angel sounded his trumpet, and something like a huge mountain, all ablaze, was thrown into the sea. A third of the sea turned into blood. A third of the living creatures in the sea died, and a third of the ships were destroyed. Now, in this section, the trumpets is something that happens all very right on top of each other. And the mountain is clearly a meteor because it says that the ships were destroyed and the things in the sea died. So this is not something figurative. Then the third angel sounded his trumpet, and a great star, blazing like a torch, fell from the sky. Now, John the Baptist was called that same thing. Almost exact same wording, a blazing torch. Fell from the sky on a third of the rivers and the springs of water. Now, later on, there will be two people that will be on the earth, and they will be affecting the springs and the waters. The name of the star is Wormwood. A third of the waters turned bitter, and many people died from the waters that had become bitter. The fourth angel sounded his trumpet. A third of the sun was struck, a third of the moon, and a third of the stars, so that a third of them turned dark, and a third of the day was without light, and also a third of the night. Now, if a meteor hit, these things would happen. Other than, of course, the two witnesses part. As I watched, I heard an eagle that was flying in midair call out in a loud voice, "Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, because of the trumpet blast about to be sounded by the other angels." Now, as if these first trumpet blasts weren't enough, it's like saying, in case you think that's bad, wait till what comes next happens.